Fourscore and
New this morning, we're getting our first look inside
Welcome to Firsthand, the podcast where we hear firsthand accounts of the most important moments in history from the people who lived them. I am Devin Field.
And I'm Greg Gallant.
And together we're hosting this bad boy.
Back for another one.
We're back.
Back by some demand.
Greg,
you know
sometimes
what?
I find myself not like choosing to stopping myself from swearing in this podcast. Like I was about to say, we're hosting this motherfucker, but I didn't. And then I was like, who cares?
Yeah. It would be such a huge coup for either of us to ever have a job where it mattered if we swore.
This is really true. If a network ever cared what we said,
wow,
you know,
that would be great. But until
if anyone
then,
was ever worried about the influence we had over the youth of tomorrow, you know,
like, I don't think we could get in trouble for this podcast if we tried.
Well, let's try.
We'll try.
I don't know. We'll try. We'll try today and maybe going forward to get shadow banned.
Maybe now we could get in trouble, though, because as the listeners know from last week, we have some big sponsors now. And we've got
some big sponsors, and we don't want to piss off Daddy Warbucks, if you know what I mean. And emphasis on bucks and emphasis on war, because, of course, our sponsors are some of our finest defense contractors.
Raytheon,
Halliburton, Blackwater recently came on board.
Oh, that's right. Big news.
And, you know, I was like texting people I knew back home about that. You know, I was like, hey, Blackwater sponsoring it. They were like, that's disgusting. They were saying stuff like, that's disgusting. Don't you know
it's not
what they
literal
do?
black water.
That's what I kept saying.
You're picturing moldy water, you idiots.
I get it. If you think brackish, stagnant pond water is a sponsor, then yeah, that would be gross.
But no,
it's just a group
company.
of I don't know, college dropouts who own guns or something. I don't know exactly who they are, but
who knows? You don't look a sponsor in the mouth, and
you don't Google them either.
No. I mean, it worked, Evan. We sold out this season and it worked. Now we're flush with cash.
And I feel good. I think everyone who's been a struggling comedian knows the feeling of, you know, not knowing where that next check is going to come from, you know, and in my case being like, when am I going to ask my parents for help? You know, that's such a struggle. And so it's nice to be free of that.
I've never known that struggle. I guess maybe I just hustle too much, but maybe I'm built different. But anyways.
That's true. Well, you're of the hustle mentality. You know?
I'm of the hustle mentality. We still haven't been able to hire like an audio person or an editor or someone to plan this cruise, but we do have a masseuse on staff now.
That's right.
We have a guy making craft lemonades.
And that's really good because it's craft sugar mixed with craft lemon juice in a carafe. That's the confusing part. But
mixed with craft singles.
Singles. And you're like, wow, this tastes like different than any lemonade I've ever had. And it's
different.
It's artisanal, you know. This is craft.
Hey, if God hands you cheese, you make lemonade. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You say that a lot. You'll tweet that and then you'll hashtag it no days off. And I don't know what that means, but
I wouldn't expect you to know what it means, Dev. You kind of got to be built different. You kind of got to be hustle mentality.
Got to be
like
hustle.
Me.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Speaking of our hustle, yes, the cruise is coming up. The
just around the corner.
First Cruise, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today.
2 weeks, but we don't now. I also want to say, you know, to those of you who bought tickets, again, we will text you the time and location of the marina. You know, because we can't publish that wide, so it's in about 2 weeks, but you know, you'll get a message. Yeah. You'll get a message at about 3 or 4 in the morning saying, "Get to the marina now," and you'll have to come. Just because we're not totally allowed to like dock at specific places, I don't know.
We've got to be out and on international waters by the time the sun rises.
Yeah. Raytheon was very clear about that.
Mm-hmm.
They want us to get to international waters as quickly as possible. Not sure why, but I'm happy to get going. I like someone who's get up and go.
Oh yeah, I'm such a dad on road trips. I'm packing sandwiches. I don't want to stop. I will. You know how a good father just pisses his pants while he's driving because
yeah.
stop on
Absolutely.
the way on a road trip.
And I'm not like that. I'm kind of like the baby on a road trip in that I'm pissing my pants and that's it, I guess. I'm pissing my pants. Yeah.
Isn't it funny how your life comes full circle like that?
It is
Start
funny,
off pissing your pants and you end up pissing your pants.
Wow. A little free wisdom on this Raytheon pod.
Well, we should we get into the subject of this week's episode?
Let's talk about it. I mean, we're talking about celebrity gaffes, which we did it to sell out, and now I'm like, we already got the fucking checks. But I tell you what, I don't want to go back to boring old history. I want to talk about a famous gaffe.
It honestly, the more I think about it, like celebrities and pop culture is history, man.
It is, man. It is. I mean, no one remembers who the fuck Aaron Burr was, but they remember who Leslie
Aaron
Odom Jr.
Carter
is.
was.
I see.
Both of those.
Both. I mean, both, honestly, titans.
That worked out perfect because we do have an announcement. Guests on the cruise, Aaron Carter and Leslie Odom Jr.
Yeah, and they were both some Blackwater operatives got in touch and said that they were renditioning both of them. I don't know what that means, but somehow they got the two of them. They're on the boat now, I guess. I might not be allowed to say that, but they're on the ship now. Guys, I assume just doing vocal warm-ups.
You got to come to this cruise, people. We've got a live first-hand season finale is going to be recorded, and you're going to get to see Aaron Carter perform under duress and Leslie Odom Jr. perform with a gun.
Under duress. Yeah.
Under duress.
I mean, and that's going to be the theme, I guess. According to Halliburton, the theme of our entertainment lineup will be under duress.
Yeah.
And we have a Sebastian the Crab costume. I don't know who we're going to get to wear it. My guess is Leslie Odom will not be receptive to that, and Aaron Carter might, and neither of them are a great result. You know what I mean? So it might just have to be you or me.
Yeah, let's be honest, it's going to be one of us.
Yeah.
We'll flip for it. All right. And so
okay.
This week, we are covering a celebrity gaffe that is history in its own right, the Steve Bartman incident.
That's right.
This is a big one.
This is a big one, and this is, dangerously close to real history. Dangerously close to something we would have done in another season, but
nope. It's fine.
It's a sports gaffe.
It's a sports gaffe. We haven't done a sports gaffe yet. And
sometimes known as an error,
Yeah. A blooper.
A blooper. God, bloopers are fun. You know what I
mean? It is so. I mean, Americans' funniest home videos.
That's a good one.
Probably.
It's from the studio that made Transmorphers. It's like it's not the show you're thinking of, but it's still really cool.
Yeah, they did Americans Got Talent. They did
American's Next Top Model.
America's Idol. They did them all. All right. So as you guys know, I've been doing the little historical recaps to take that off Devin's plate this year.
Thank God.
And Devin's been saying that I haven't been getting into enough detail, or that I've kind of been phoning it in or doing a half-ass job. So
a little bit.
I took that note. I took it to heart.
Good.
I got on some hustle mentality shit.
Okay.
I was being built different, and Let me know what you think about this, Dev.
Okay, let's hear it.
It was 8th inning of Game 6 of the National League Championship Series in 2003. The Chicago Cubs leading the Florida Marlins 3-2. 1 out, a runner on second, and Luis Castillo at the plate. Mark
Okay,
Pryor
we're starting
delivered
on
the
a pretty
pitch,
micro
and
level.
Castillo All right. Sorry. Let me back up a little bit.
I don't want. That's
The
not what I
curse
wanted.
of the Billy Goat. In 1945,
No,
Chicago
this
and
has
William
nothing to do with
Cianis,
what we're
owner
talking
of the
about.
Billy
This has
Goat cap.
absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about.
All right.
Let's move back to
I agree.
Bartman.
It's wild to just start talking about the curse of Billy Goat when we don't know about the Cubs. So the Cubs were a charter member of the National League when it began in 1876.
Is this
Later,
what I
the
sounded
Chicago
like all
Colts-
these seasons? You know what I mean? Like that's what that's what's hurting me. Yeah.
I think so. I think I'm doing a good Devin style job. So after the Cubs became the Cubs in 1907, they won back-to-back World Series in 07.
Jesus fucking Christ. What happened in the 80s or whenever this thing went down?
I'll tell you what happened in the 1830s. In 1833, the Treaty of Chicago, not to be confused with the 1821 Treaty of Chicago, granted the U.S. government all land west of Lake Michigan.
Helpful. That was informative to me.
All right. I'll scoot you ahead. The Cubs were up 3-2 in the series. They were 1 win away from the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Luis Castillo pops a ball down the third baseline into foul territory by the fence. Cubs left fielder Moises Alou has a chance to reach over the rail and catch the ball, but he's impeded by the fan, Steve Bartman, who reaches for the ball, and it drops. Later, Castillo would go on to reach base via a walk. The Marlins scored 8 runs in that inning, taking an 8-3 lead, won the game, and won the series the next day. Chicago would not win another World Series for for another 13 years. 13 years, a complete title drought of 108 years, the longest title drought in North American major sports history. Bartman sat there giving us the iconic image on screen of a Cubs fan with headphones burying his face in his hands. But then fans who were watching the game on TV began to text their friends and family at the game and tell them what Bartman looked like. So he was escorted out by security for his own protection, and fans chanted asshole when they dumped beer on him. His name and personal info appeared on message boards shortly after the game, and as many as 6 police cars were called in to protect his home after the incident. And this is one of my favorite parts, Devin. Afterwards, then Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich suggested that Bartman join Witness Protection Program, while then Florida Governor Jeb Bush offered Bartman asylum.
Wow. 2 really cool guys getting involved, offering real solutions to help save this man's life.
If there's one thing Jeb Bush cares about, it's people who are having a hard time somewhere else who want to come to the place that you're at,
to Florida,
and thrive.
Yes. And
or at least just be given a fucking chance.
And if there's one thing that Blagojevich cares about, it's helping those who are suffering within his state. It's reaching out to the little man, the everyman, the Bartman, and helping.
It's politics as public service, not as some way for you to get rich. So Bartman profusely apologized to fans, tried to stay out of the limelight. He redirected the many gifts he received from Marlins fans to charities, turned down myriad offers for publicity, including a reported 6-figure offer to appear in a Super Bowl ad, because he presumably already had a lot of money if he was sitting along the fence for a game.
Well, hey, Bartman, I got to say, you fucked up on that one. You should have taken that Super Bowl ad. Man. You could have been, God only knows what they would have made you do. It would have been like someone tossing fucking Toby Keith a Pepsi, and you reach over and snatch it out of his hands before you can get it or whatever.
Or you do the Mean Joe. You do the Mean Joe Green one with the Coke, and then when he throws the jersey to the kid, Bartman reaches out and grabs it.
Snags it and kind of bobbles it, and everyone just boos. Yeah.
And then the Steelers are forced for, hundreds of years to be cursed with players that are absolute pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Now,
Nightmare.
as always, Devin, you and I,
we were there. Or at least involved. Yeah. Hey,
yeah, I mean,
hashtag we were there. Hashtag no days off. Hashtag built different.
Hashtag hustle mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag hustle metality, which is my new speed metal band.
And hashtag hustle fatality, which is that's just what I call it when I knock out people with hustle mentality.
Yeah. Now, are you knocking out people who have hustle mentality, or are you using hustle mentality to knock out everyday people? Just trying to
I'm using it's a mix. I'm using hustle mentality to knock out other people with hustle mentality.
That is the ultimate hustle.
Exactly, man. So, keeping you on your toes.
Devin, how were you involved in this one?
Well, this is a chapter of my life that I'm not proud of. But I was living in Chicago at the time. And,
Oh, no.
I know. I was mixed up. I thought, fuck, why don't I move to America's fourth or fifth best city? And, I thought I could get in at the Annoyance Theater there and do some sketch at 1 a.m. that no one wanted to see. But anyway,
I've heard this story so many times.
I was there and I was around, and I'm watching that game on TV, and eventually, I'm following some of the chatter on message boards because I'm like, who is this guy? Who is this putz? And I see that this guy's name is Steve Bartman, and that they're releasing like his address, his phone number, and stuff. This is all public info. So I did some stuff I'm not proud of,
Devin.
and I started with phone calls, and I would call him late at night, and he would pick up. For the first little while, he would pick up, and he'd say, hello. And I'd go, is this Steve Bartman? And he'd say, well, it's pronounced Bartman. Mm-hmm. And I'd say, hey, Bartman, did you know there is a Simpsons dance named after you? And he would hang up. That's just all I wanted to know, was like, I just thought it was so fucking funny that his name was Bartman, and my favorite song and dance was the Bartman that Bart did.
Yeah,
on The Simpsons.
It's a dance that Bart.
Do you know this?
Do you
know of this? The Bartman?
It's a little bit before like the era of Simpsons that I'm really into.
Yeah, it was when it like sucked. Yeah. But they just sort of deployed a catchphrase and it launched it into the stratosphere. Yeah, that was when I liked it.
So Bartman's involvement in the game was neither here nor there to you.
Nothing to do with it.
Found out there was a guy named Bartman.
Yeah, didn't really care. I was initially curious, but then the Bartman thing really consumed me. So I started going by his house at all hours of the night and rooting through his trash to see if I could find any evidence that he was aware of The Simpsons. I was looking for like cable bills and stuff and trying to establish a profile of like, did this guy have cable in like 1992 when that episode aired or whatever?
He wouldn't even really need cable. I mean, that's basic broadcast.
That's Fox, baby.
Yeah.
And, I would knock on his door at 3 a.m. and just sing the Bartman as loud as I could. I followed him to work. And I pretended to be a singing telegram to be delivered to his office, and then I just sang the Bartman, and I kept interrupting myself to go, "Have you heard this? Stop me when you've heard this." And he just ran from me.
Did you run into other people that were stalking and harassing him?
Yeah, there were other people who were like, I want this piece of shit to die. He ruined the season. And I was like, yeah, man, I don't know what wavelengths you're on. God bless. Continue with your journey. I'm just here to find out if this person is aware of the song, The Bartman, and the fact that his name is the same as that. Are you tracking what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Of like, the name of the song is The Bartman, and it's the dance.
No,
his name is Bart Simpson. So it's the Bartman. And then Steve's last name, this is where it gets complicated. His last name is Bartman, which is the two words Bartman.
Yeah.
Combined. So.
No, I get it. I see. I get
okay. Because I don't think he did.
I bet he did.
And he filed a restraining order, and I never got an answer. I ended up doing a couple months in Cook County Jail out there in Chicago.
Hey, shout out.
Shout out. And, and I was not allowed to contact him or the writing staff of The Simpsons, because I had also followed some of them being like, did you know about this guy? But that was a real I'm knocking on Al Jean's door at 3 a.m. going, did you know about Steve Bartman? But he's going, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Another one where we wind up in jail. I mean,
just for a little bit,
It's kind of cool. It's like, Al Capone led the mafia, but he wound up in Cook County Jail for tax evasion. And it's like, you similarly have done so many worse things than stalk Steve Bartman, but that's what winds you.
But that's what gets me there. Yeah.
Go figure.
I don't know. Life's funny.
Life is funny.
So, Greg, how were you involved in the Bartman?
Well, as you guys know, I'm a big baseball fan, and
big time.
I am. So Bartman. Here's the thing that pisses me off about Bartman, is that he stumbled into being this cursed figure. So lucky. So let me back up. I was like the Billy Goat, or the Red Sox had the curse.
Don't
of
back
the
up this far. You know what I mean?
I'm not backing up to the Billy Goat anymore.
Okay.
But I was like that, but for the Florida Marlins. They're now called the Miami Marlins. They were then the Florida Marlins, the other team involved. I was attempting to curse them into blowing their season.
Clever.
And then I got fucking out-sabotaged by this guy. So the Marlins became an expansion team in 94. And there were a lot of places that were
fascinating. Continue, Greg.
Okay. Well, so the MLB, of course, was only 28 teams.
Of course.
There were a lot of cities bidding for those teams. The Colorado Rockies and the Florida Marlins became the team, but I was in the running to have a team, Devin.
Wow. Your own team? Where?
Mm-hmm. Zanesville, Ohio, my hometown.
Okay. Wow.
About 30,000
pretty small
people.
market.
Yeah, a bit of a small market, but at the time they did. So Zane Grey was an old Western novelist, and he was from there. And at the time, they did have an unaffiliated minor league baseball team called the Zanesville Grays. And so I thought it would be cool to have a major league baseball team called the Zanesville Gregs. It kind of pays homage to our city's heritage.
Two most famous sons.
And to me, yeah.
Right.
And so ultimately we didn't get the bid. I also bid to hold the 96 Olympics, which were a couple of years later, and I fucking also lost that. And let's just say I got my revenge.
No. Did you Richard Jewell that thing? Did you play it that far?
Revenge.
Oh my God. Wow.
So I was like,
Clint Eastwood should make a movie about Bartman.
He should. Oh man. Imagine how over the top that could be.
Just a movie where it's all the liberal media is destroying Steve Bartman's life.
The amount of fucking slow motion that could be used on him reaching for the ball, that scene could last 45 minutes.
Because that was
a crane shot.
Clint Eastwood really brought the Sully Sullenberger story to life. You know, the way the Sully landed that plane and then spent the next month being hounded by everyone in America who hated what he did.
Yeah, the most hated guy in America.
Very accurate movie.
Anyway. Accurate.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm like, fuck these teams. I got to get my revenge. Now, who am I going to get revenge on? A team in Miami or a team in Denver? I mean, that is an easy call, Devin, because we all know, where do you want to we all know the most important thing about a place is the climate. And if a place has good climate, good people will follow, which is why Miami and West Palm Beach, and it's just really nice.
Just nice folks. Just good folks.
Go down there. I'll live the life in Miami, and I will sabotage this team. I'll curse them. They will never win a World Series. So, of course, they win the World Series 3 years later in 1997, and that's my
brutal.
bad.
Yeah.
I screwed that up.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cubs at this point are approaching 100 years, and I'm like, God damn, I couldn't even make it 5 friggin' years.
Yeah.
So I'm like, doubling. Okay, they get one. They're never going to win another World Series.
Marlins. I mean, come on.
Yeah, the Marlins. So here we are in 2003. They're good again. I gotta stop this. All right. So they're playing the Cubs. And I'm like, well, the Cubs notoriously suck and always blow it. So I'm going to have to pull out the big guns. And this is what chaps my stick about Steve Bartman is that he just kind of sorry.
I just said it's not a phrase. You know, you would say like chaps my hide or.
Was that worth derailing the huge?
I don't know.
Look. Well, really? Chaplin's my Charlie.
That's good.
That is pretty good. I was doing so much.
Sorry,
okay?
Yeah.
I poisoned Juan Pierre. I straight up poisoned Juan Pierre.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Bad clams or something? You gave him clams in the locker room?
Bad clams. My intention was to get him to go in on a seafood restaurant with me, hoping that would distract him from the game. But it turns out that I wasn't good at cooking clams, and he got sick. So I poisoned him. I was trying to psychosexually abuse Ivan Rodriguez, their catcher.
Hey, man, who wasn't?
We all were.
You know, at that time, 2003, I think we were psychosexually abusing that person.
Had multiple different personalities we were living as that were dating Ivan Rodriguez and trying to mess him up. I'm doing all this shit, and all Steve Bartman has to do is reach out and touch the ball, and I never friggin' thought of that. So
it's those simple solutions, you know. You think you're keeping it simple by, okay, I'm going to open a seafood restaurant and get this guy to invest, and then that'll distract him. But it's the bad clams that you make that ends up getting in. It was
so simple. It was just going to be like, hey, Juan, we have a big investor meeting tonight. You can't go to your little league game or whatever.
Right. And he would go, well, he would have a crisis of faith going like, which is more important to me, my financial security for my future or one game, you know? And that's a clear plan.
Our restaurant, which was called Whoa, Black Betty, Clam to Clams.
Yeah. And I guess when we say they're bad clams, they had a substance in them that was just, it was a narcotic. Black Betty,
Black Betty, black tar heroin. Yeah.
That's right.
So I guess I gave Juan Pierre heroin.
Heroin poisoning?
End of the day, yeah, he got heroin poisoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
Wow.
And then you have to kind of like run back through all the heroin you had and be like, what was it?
Yeah. Which time?
Yeah.
Well, damn, man. That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. Another one where...
What?
Where they did a thing better than I tried to do.
Man, it's just humiliating. Bartman keeps it simple, and that's all it takes. And now he's more famous than you. That fucking sucks.
Fuck.
Did Zanesville ever get a team at least?
No, but they did have a famous zoo animal massacre. And that's real. And
actually, I have heard of that. Mm-hmm. My coworker told me about that. Pretty nightmarish.
I think I told your coworker about that in my staffing interview.
That's right.
Maybe that's why you became his coworker and I didn't.
There we go. Wow. A lot of layers.
A lot of layers. Let's take a break and we'll be back with our guests.
Welcome back to Firsthand. I'm still Devin Field.
I'm still Greg Gallant.
And we're here talking about the Steve Bartman incident. It's hard for me not to call him Bartman. I mean, it's just what I want to call him.
We can.
And maybe I will,
Yeah, why not?
Fuck
this guy.
Fuck this guy. That's what this podcast is about. I don't find him to be a sympathetic figure in any way. I think this man probably got what he deserved, maybe deserved a little more. He's
kind of like that asshole from the Colombian soccer team who got murdered for making an own goal in the World Cup. It's like, yes. I don't feel bad for you, man.
Right. Sorry, you made your bed. You got to lie in it 6 feet under the ground. You messed
with sports. You don't get a life anymore.
That's right.
Yeah.
Them's the breaks, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we got a couple of guests here, and this is good. I think these people are going to be able to shed some further light on this whole Steve Bartman situation. I think we'll let them fully explain their role in this, but I believe here we have Rondale Jenkins and Paul Simon.
Hello.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome. Before we get too far, I just got to ask, Rondale Jenkins, like the famous Rondale Jenkins?
Oh man.
Sorry. I just, you must get that all the time.
I do. And I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to lead with that, but yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a very famous mattress salesman. He has a lot of TV ads. Yeah. So, and then, and Paul Simon's also a person, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a famous singer, but that's no relation.
Really?
It's not my real name. It's the name I chose anonymously to come.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, while we're on it, though, actually, I was in Central Park in the late 60s, and I saw Rondale Jenkins selling a mattress there, and it was really transformative for me.
I do my best work out in nature, so
sure, of course.
Central Park at midnight sounds like my home. That's where I
That sounds good. Yes.
Yeah, now, when you buy a mattress, you gotta buy it live. Like, in the store is just not the same.
It's not. It's pre-recorded in the store.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, come on.
You're getting authenticity out in the world. Come on now.
And these mail order mattress companies, forget it. You know what I mean?
They could be sending you a T-shirt for all you know.
And they always smell weird.
That happened to me. I got a weird smelling T-shirt sent to me instead of a purple mattress.
See?
It's infuriating.
I bet. You probably couldn't even get customer service on the phone.
No, I'm on the phone screaming representative, and their number not found,
I'm in the streets, bro. I'm in the streets. You can get customer service. So I'll let your boy.
Wow. Well, we might come out of this with a mattress. So
yeah, who knows? Now, but we're here to talk about something else, of course. We're here to talk about Steve Bartman, the fan who cost Chicago a title potentially. Now, I understand you guys were involved in some of the aftermath of this incident. Do you guys want to explain generally your role in the Bartman incident?
Yeah, Paul, I'll let you take the lead on this, Paul.
Yeah, sure. Basically what it comes down to is the two of us have been hired to find Mr. Bartman and kill him.
Wow.
In retaliation for what he did on, I think the World Series, or I don't even know.
It was the NLCS actually.
Yeah.
So you've been trying to kill this man, and you don't even know what he did.
I have no investments. Yeah, I have no investments in Chicago sports or any sports really. I'm a mercenary and a cold-blooded killer.
Hired guns.
Hired guns.
Now
I got a mattress from
Rondale.
From
Rondale, yeah. Some people in the street calls me Dale. They call me Dale. So it's good, bro. You can call me Dale.
And so I got a mattress from Dale, and we hit it off immediately. And I just knew he had good instincts, and we became partners then.
Yep.
And I brought him in. And
so you guys are committing a contract or trying to commit a contract murder, which is why you, Paul, are using a fake name, but you, Rondale, are not. And despite being famous, that's ballsy. I love it.
It's a risk, bro. It's a risk. I'm a black man in America. I risk every day. So it's a risk.
Good point. Yeah. And I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
And even though it puts me in personal risk, in jeopardy legally and in many different ways, I do support Rondale and his. It's important for him to have his name out there, and I support that.
Yeah, I got to sell these mattresses too now.
That's right. And you could get some name recognition off of this. Now, presumably, so you guys who you said you were hired to kill Bartman. Yes.
Yeah.
I guess I'm curious now.
Or the Cubs, or who was it?
Well, see, here's the thing: is there was a GoFundMe started, and it was every person in Chicago donated $1. I mean, we got some money from the Mets.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Those players, they donated a lot of money as well. So, there was a huge following that wanted to see this man's life end. And so they hired us. And,
it brought the whole city of Chicago together. It was
actually beautiful.
I swear to God, it did.
Man, that's so, because like when you said we were hired, I'm picturing, some mafioso who's a big Chicago sports fan, it's like, let me throw down 20 grand, get this taken care of. But no, this was like the entire grassroots city of Chicago coming together to kill somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was like the Nancy Cartwrights of your neighborhood and the Shaquandas, all of them.
The police, the mayor, the city council. We've actually been offered, after we do the deed, once we find them, we still haven't found them.
We haven't found them.
We get immunity in the city of Chicago. They'll protect us from the federal government.
Wow, that's
really
pretty
good.
Get
full asylum.
We can never leave Chicago either, so we couldn't even go outside of the county, or else we would be arrested.
Well, hey, who would want to leave? I mean, what a town.
Are you sure you can't kill him in Chicago and then kill him in L.A. for the winter? You know what I mean? So you can at least spend the winter somewhere else.
I hear you. That's a good idea. We'll add that. We'll talk about it.
So, this is so fascinating to speak to some contract killers. The podcast has recently been sponsored by Blackwater. And so I'm just kind of learning about this space. So I guess I'm just curious, like, how did you guys begin that approach? You get the GoFundMe cash. You're like, it's on. What's the first steps?
I mean, it's weird to take in $32 million.
Wow. 32 million.
Okay.
We have a lot of money that we have in the bank, and we have to do this job. We have to do it.
And first things first, we have to deliver on the goods, right? We have to find him. And first step for us, was stocking up. We had to make sure that we had all the materials that we needed.
Guns and ammo.
Dale here, guns, ammo, but also, snacks.
Magnifying glasses. Yeah, we need some magnifying glasses. Yep.
Yep.
Magnifying glass and snacks. Okay. If you could look, I'm a rube. I've never killed anyone for money. What does the magnifying glass assist with?
Well, I don't believe in using technology for my contract killing, so I have to manually find them with the magnifying.
Okay.
And even though I am completely literate in technology and it brings both of us down and slows us down significantly, I support Rondale. He's seeking a more, anarcho-primitive type of lifestyle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No
it's
cell
like
phones.
The paleo way to kill someone.
I'm in an Airbnb for this call.
Wow. Okay. Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
We've got them calling in here for the episode because you guys said you couldn't leave Chicago. So we do have you guys calling.
Yeah.
You're in an Airbnb. You mean like a cabin in the woods or something?
Yeah. I mean, that's what they use Airbnb for still, right?
Yeah.
That's technology.
Yeah, we're just kind of hiding out here, waiting for the Steve Bartman to hopefully come back. It would be best if we could kill him here in the city of Chicago.
Yeah,
legally.
So what
if he
did
ever
you guys
comes back?
We almost caught him one time.
Did you? Tell the story.
Yeah, we did. We were at a Harold's Fried Chicken eating some lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I like mine fried hard with mild sauce. And we saw him come in, and I said, "Look here, Paul. I think that's him over there. I'm not 100% sure, but if you look at him," and then soon as Paul turned around and looked at him, they locked eyes, and he bolted. He knew.
Oh my God!
Couldn't believe how fast he was.
So
he's a fast guy.
We didn't know
who
catch
you
him.
were.
Yeah.
So
he
did
knew
you guys
that
put
something
your
was
picture?
up.
Did you put your picture on the GoFundMe?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's probably how he knew.
Yeah, he might have seen that webpage.
Saw it.
I mean, I'm famous, so.
That's right, and you're famous.
Yeah, and you're famous, yes. So the only time you guys have come close to catching Bartman was not even on purpose. You were just eating lunch and he was in the same restaurant.
I mean,
is that harsh to say? Or?
We were working that day on the case, but we just happened to be at lunch. So
okay, right.
Because Devin, I don't know if this will upset you or not, but Devin, we were talking earlier. Devin has found Bartman many times.
I found him.
House.
Where?
At his home. And someone posted his address, and I went there
on a message board.
Like he lives like in a house, like a regular home.
Yeah, I mean, this was back in 2003, 17 years ago when it happened. But at that point,
so you haven't seen him? You haven't seen him in 17 years? Is what you saying?
No. But I saw him, right shortly after the incident, and I also went to his work. I stopped by his work. So I don't. Was that information that you guys did not?
Yeah, I'm writing all of this down. I'm writing all of this down.
I mean, this is the
you
first
said
time
2003? 2003?
Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure how that's going to
Are you going to go back in time to kill this guy? Are you a time killer?
Oh, I wish. No. But it does. Every single piece of evidence helps.
Yeah. The more information you have, if you could help us, I mean, we have a lot of money left still.
Oh, well, now I think we could talk partnership here because we're looking to sell out this season and make money.
That's right. So you guys were not able to get his, did you not have his address back in 2003 or what? I mean, like, were you guys just coming up cold except for running into him at Harold's?
Well, unfortunately, part of being Rondale's partner here means that we can't use literally any piece of technology. Like literally all we can use is just a magnifying glass, which really prohibits us from going much further into an investigation. So really, most of our assassinations have been kind of like by happenstance. We end up somehow walking by the person we're supposed to kill.
Wow. Who have you...
Luck of the Irish,
All right, so now we know Paul is Irish. Paul, you're using a fake name, so let's go for it here. I mean, who have you killed successfully and how?
Well, Rondale successfully. The last person. Okay, this is a hard one.
Look, man.
But
just tell him.
We did kill Jamal Khashoggi.
We did it.
Oh no!
The Washington Post journalist.
So you were
in
Syria?
Us.
Were you in Syria for that?
No, we were in Turkey. We were in Turkey.
We were in Turkey.
And look, it's we shouldn't be saying, obviously, Rondale is a very famous person.
But
it was easier because he worked for the newspaper. That's antiquated, and I can look up a newspaper and see his face.
Yeah.
I knew who he was.
So did you guys go to Turkey by boat? I mean, that must have taken weeks. Because you can't fly. Can you fly, Rondale?
No.
Nah, I can't.
Damn,
so you
man.
went from Turkey to boat, but then you just bumped into him. You're saying while you were there.
Yeah, we just started walking around. We didn't even know he would be in Turkey. We were actually just there, kind of like we accidentally ended up in Turkey.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go to Chile first.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys went in a wildly wrong direction.
You missed, you know?
Totally.
The luck of the Irish. I tell
Hey,
you.
man.
So now we know Rondale's Irish, too.
Rondale also Irish, okay.
Black Irish, third generation.
Interesting. Wow.
Now, do you think it was like your boat driver heard one food and went to the other type situation? You were looking for chili, you found turkey? I mean...
That's a really good theory, Greg.
That is a really good theory, I think.
First of all, they're called captains, so let's not down.
Wow.
So sorry.
Wow.
That's right.
And this is important for us to learn because we're launching a cruise for this podcast, and
in 2 weeks,
people getting used to calling it a ship instead of a boat. You know,
right?
Yeah,
come on, guys.
And so our apologies. You know,
be best.
Captain.
Be best.
We'll try to be best.
We will try.
Port is which side? Which side is port?
Port is left.
3, 2, 1.
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Which one is aft?
Aft is
3, 2, 1.
That's where your sponsor Raytheon is hiding a bunch of nuclear weapons.
You're dead, motherfucker.
Jesus.
You're dead, motherfucker.
See? Look at you.
That's what it's like.
You thought you had that shit wrapped up, didn't you?
Yeah.
Wow. This is to get a taste of what it's like to be on the receiving end of your guys' vengeance. Haunting. I mean, wow.
We've killed some people, bro.
It's very nice.
You guys
we've killed some high profile people too.
Okay.
Is there anyone else?
You killed Marshall Mathers? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
We did. We actually killed the real Slim Shady. The one you see is an imitation.
Are you kidding me? So when did you kill Marshall Mathers and then he continued on? I'm trying to figure out when he stopped being the original Eminem and when he became the imposter.
It was before the premiere of 8 Mile. We got him that night.
Oh my! You got him at the premiere?
So
didn't even know the premiere was happening. You know, Rondale and I had just gotten some sushi.
Yep.
And it just so happened to be across the street from the Egyptian Theater in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we walked out and I saw Marshall Mathers. I knew that, I know this group in Detroit wanted him dead.
Yep.
It was like an old like
a group in Detroit.
It was a group called D11.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, are you telling me the other members of D12 paid?
No.
Eminem killed? No, it's a different group.
This is a group called D11. They were hyped until D12 came out, and then nobody talked about it.
That sucks.
And D11 was actually more talented, but 12 is just so much more of a flavorful word, and I think that I think D12 took off. It's really tragic. So. Ran into Marshall Mathers, and we killed him there in the Egyptian Theater.
Right there. I mean, so
we had silencers.
Cool.
Did you run into Brittany Murphy at all too? Because
no, that was tragic. That was tragic.
That's just tragic. That's just
totally tragic.
Her parents they abused her.
Wow.
They did.
Her parents did not take care of that girl. They did not help her.
See, you're hitmen with a heart of gold, you know, and that's what counts.
Hey man, I'm Rondale Jenkins. I gotta sell you a mattress.
Good. Wow, that's amazing. And to think that then like all those weird ciphers that Eminem recorded in that parking garage or, the song Rap God, all of that was just 2.0, you know?
Right.
Well,
that's why his face looked different.
Yeah.
You're telling me his cameo in the movie Funny People wasn't really him?
That wasn't really him.
Fuck.
No.
That's why his face looked different.
Man.
Yeah. Think
so
about
those were people you were able to kill, but Bartman, not.
He's a ludus, man. He's shifty. He's crafty.
He is.
It's just hard for me to believe that you were able to kill, this journalist who was under such heavy
happenstance,
surveillance.
man.
and you're able to kill one of the most iconic rappers of the 21st century, Yep. Mm-hmm. But this random schmuck from Chicago, you can't get your hands on it.
We just
don't walk in the same circles.
Yeah, we've got to start. We've got to start exploring other cities or other areas. I guess I don't know. How do you find yourself in the same area with somebody that you don't know how to find?
Well, I could ask you. I mean, you guys keep doing it. I don't know.
That's a cart before the wheel thing right there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Greg, go ahead.
Is he the only case on your docket right now, or do you have other people that
He's our retirement case. He's our retirement case.
Yeah.
But you already have the money, to be clear.
We do. But we finish jobs. We are very honorable killers. We're not going to just take the money.
Sure.
If we wanted to take the money, we would have been gone. This was 17 years. We still haven't found this bastard.
So the money is like sitting in the GoFundMe, like you guys haven't touched it yet?
Just like Jay Leno never spent a dime of his Tonight Show money, we're letting that sit. We're not going to spend a dime of that.
It must have accrued some interest by now. I would think.
A lot of interest. God,
and you can't wait to get your hands on it.
Ooh. Oh my God, it's a lot of money.
So good.
Was it also?
We're gonna swim around in it like Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, you got to.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it also like for a contract killing, like, okay, we'll do one GoFundMe now and then another GoFundMe after the job is done? Like, is there another half to come still? Like half now, half later? Is that tracking? Or is it just the one? I mean, I feel like
one.
It's just the one.
Just the one.
Okay.
But you can't touch it until you kill him, I see.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're honorable. Like I said.
That's our motto.
Take us for our word.
Let me pose a hypothetical to you, okay? You guys are at, one of the Chicago pizzerias grabbing a deep dish. You're at, I don't know, is Lou Malnati's a place? Is that what it's called?
I mean,
Lou Malnati's
is good. Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
So you guys are there. You finish your deep dish. Bartman walks in, okay? Mm-hmm. You happen upon him. How's this going to go down,
I mean, deep dish pizza is sacred, so that's like a church.
Okay.
And I don't think that I could commit a crime in a church.
I see. So I picked a bad example in that's hallowed ground where nothing will go down. Okay.
Yeah. I can't. Everything is forgiven in a deep dish pizza spot.
What if it's just like a hot dog stand?
Oh, no, you can get murdered.
Okay, cool. Yep. So you're at that hot dog stand where all those mean people like swear at you when you order a hot dog.
Right.
And Bartman walks up with a nice Frankfurter with some mustard on it, and you guys lock eyes.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Devin, I'm going to I do feel like, even though this is a hypothetical, that is probably the one place Steve Bartman is least likely to go in the entire world, is the famous
iconic Chicago hot dog
place
stand
where they make fun of people.
Well, maybe he's been hiding, for 17, and he just wants one so bad, and he's like, it's been 17 years, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys
we have a process. We have a routine. We like flair, of course.
Sure.
Why be an assassin if you're not going to have flair? If you're not going to have performance in some way?
Mm-hmm.
So normally Rondale would sit on one side. Hopefully he's sitting down eating. Mm-hmm. I would sit on the other side of where he is, and we'd start to have kind of a vague conversation with him about the situation, whether or not he knows who we are, if he knows what's going down.
Cool.
That's kind of how we would start.
But he does, that he does know you because he ran from you that one time.
Yeah, but that's the fun of the performance,
Right.
Like that, it's fun. It's fun to milk that out a little bit.
It just kind of seems like you're giving him opportunities to like slip away. You know what I mean? Like, I'm wondering if, I don't want to tell you guys how to do your job, but I'm wondering if there's something to be said for like just a Sopranos style, like, hey, are you Steve Bartman? And he goes, yeah, and you shoot him in the face.
I mean, that's not dramatic. That's not artful.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's not why I do this. I don't do this for that.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Every life deserves meaning and caring after.
Yeah,
this is interesting.
You guys have an interesting code. It's like you will kill, but not in a sacred place, and you do give everyone a death that have some panache to it. I mean,
correct.
Yeah.
No one wants to die while taking a shit.
No.
That's not honorable.
No.
But, my weapon of choice is a katana. So, if I slice...
Okay.
Wow. Okay. That makes sense. I mean, a pretty ancient weapon,
Correct. It's a sword.
Also, the last mattress I bought from you was all slashed up. So that does...
I'm sorry about that. Mm-hmm.
Practicing.
That was my bad.
Well, I bought the floor model to save 40%, and I deserved what I got,
That's why.
I told you, all sales were final.
That's wow. So a katana. What about you, Paul? What are you rocking? If he's
my personal weapon of choice is a sawed-off shotgun, but with a silencer on it.
Okay.
So you saw off and then put a silencer where the sawed-off,
where the barrel would have been.
It's all about the spray volume. Sawing it off is the volume,
right?
Yeah.
But you can still silence it.
And truth be told, the silencer for a sawed-off shotgun makes it as long as a regular size shotgun.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, and it's also much heavier. It's a very heavy piece of...
It's way heavier than
the silencer is very heavy. It's thick. So, it's probably this thick.
Wow, okay. And he's gesturing wider around than I would have ever imagined.
Almost like a basketball. It's
sure, yeah. Okay.
And he has to pick that up.
When you go to a Harold's Fried Chicken or to a sushi place by the Egyptian, you have a katana, a shotgun, and a magnifying glass with you at all times? Or are you always prepared?
I always have my sword, and I believe Paul carries his on a wheelie.
So you're because it's heavy. You've got a little dolly there that you're wheeling it around.
It is, yeah. But I also usually I lean. So part of my thing is I lean on it and I pretend like one of my legs doesn't work, and so my enemies are the people that hopefully I run into and we kill. They think I'm vulnerable. They think that that I'm not somebody that's going to hurt them.
So you're doing kind of like a hitman Willy Wonka.
There you go.
Where you walk up like, oh, my leg, and then you do a somersault, and you're like, surprise, bitch, it's a shotgun with a silencer the size of an oil drum.
You're the first one to get it. You're the first one to finally get it.
Come on.
Thank you. That's our art, baby. That's art.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you.
I'm getting it now. At first, I was like this. I was like, this seems really convoluted. Like, no wonder it took these guys 17 fucking years to kill this person who was probably the easiest person to kill. But now that I'm seeing that, no, this is like fine wine. This takes time. And
it's organic. It's organic.
Nothing good in life comes easy and fast.
That's true.
You guys
it's about the journey.
So cool. Well, look, we got to take a little break, but you guys seem chill. Like, let's meet up on the break. Let's go meet up for some sushi or for some fried chicken, and then we'll come back and
we'll come right back and finish it.
We'll come right back and do the final
great.
All right.
Love it.
I'll meet you. All right.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back to Firsthand. We just had a wonderful lunch, a little nosh.
Look, pretty eventful lunch we just had.
Yeah, it was exciting. I mean, we met up at a great gastropub, really tasty craft burgers, and someone walked in while we were there, didn't they? Someone noteworthy walked in. Greg?
I mean, he had headphones on. He was listening to the radio. He had a Cubs hat on.
He had a Cubs hat on. That's right. We just saw Steve Bartman. And
Bartman.
I guess I want to talk to Rondale and Paul about what happened. Because it sort of felt like maybe you got, I don't want to say choked, but it felt like you just had an opportunity to maybe take out Steve and we didn't see it go down. Do you want to address that?
I think pretty embarrassed by the performance, pretty embarrassed by the fact that I don't know if we'll get a chance like that again.
Yeah.
And I know Dale and I are better assassins than that. I know we're better at killing people than that. I know in the past we have never strayed or choked, to use your term.
And even just hearing you say it back sounds harsh.
It's a fair term. It's a fair term, Devin.
It is what it is, man. We choked. We did.
Yeah.
It was the Hitman equivalent of a hanging curveball. I mean, he walked in. I think he had just had like double LASIK surgery because he had patches over both eyes. Like I said, he was listening to his headphones, so he couldn't see or hear.
Right.
Yeah.
He was very vulnerable.
Yeah.
He asked you guys if you would order for him. He approached you.
Yeah.
I mean, I did, though. I felt bad.
Yeah, you did.
And Rondale paid for it, which
I did. Meal.
I did think was probably unprofessional in our profession. I don't know that's. We'll have to talk about that later.
I have a heart, man.
Yeah,
I have a heart,
and I can't blame you. I mean, this is a guy who's been through a lot. And
here's what I'm gonna say. I think you guys are contract killers, and it's good that you have a code. That's cool. I think you might have too much of a code to be contract killers. I think you might have too much code to actually do the job.
You're not the first person to say that, I will say that. I will say that we are open to critique. I think Rondale and I are very open-minded in terms of where we could improve. Maybe we should get a new set of eyes on this assassination team, Rondale.
We could discuss it and figure out what the problem is. Maybe what we need to do is add someone to the team.
Yeah, that feels like what's missing is a third cook in the kitchen,
Yes.
I think we need a female voice. We do.
I'm in. Oh, sorry.
No, Greg, no. Okay,
sorry,
it's 2021. We need women killing people.
Yeah.
Okay?
Rondale's right. We do.
This is what Joe Biden understands. If you have women and, other meaningful diversity within the Defense Department, those people are killing people and showing people that they can kill. You know what I mean? It's representation.
Yeah. Look, man, I'm going to tell you, women are very good at killing. They make decisions way better than we do. So I think it's time that we let the women run things. And I hereby think we should probably add another person to our team.
Wow.
Now, will this woman get the $32 million, or will you guys keep that?
Tough call.
But you don't have to give her the money. I think giving them the chance to do the deed is important enough, and then you guys can keep the money, and that's progress. That's progress.
I mean, that sounds good right there. I think that's progress.
That sounds good. All right, we got it.
You can't get the money at the same time. Look, you either have one thing control or you have control and money. What you want?
Yeah.
You have control.
It's such progress. It's like when you see someone post on Twitter that they're hiring an assistant and it must be a person of color, but it's clear that the job position is terrible and exploitative and a complete ripoff. And it's like, oh, I'm glad you're doing that to only a person of color. That's super progressive.
Right. That's so perfect.
I'm sub-podcasting one person right now.
Well, I suppose it's time for our final segment, which is the thing I never told anyone, where we share a detail about our involvement in this Bartman kerfuffle, as I'll call it, that we haven't shared before. Now, Greg, do you want to start us off by sharing something that, you obviously tried to curse the Florida Marlins and it didn't pan out. Instead, the Cubs ended up cursing.
Well, but at least after 2003, the Marlins didn't even make the playoffs for another 17 years.
There you go.
So that I had going for me. But I guess if I had to say the one thing that I never told anyone was that after 2003, I quit trying to curse them. And so they actually they have like a 33% World Series win rate when I'm trying to curse them, and when I'm leaving them alone, they've never made the playoffs. So I think I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, it sounds inverted,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Juan Pierre and I, our clam restaurant, Black Betty, clam to clams, of course.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a cool venture that just didn't work.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little like end of the movie, what happened to everyone thing. That business never got off the ground.
Damn.
One of my alter egos did remain in a complicated sexual relationship with Yvonne Rodriguez until 2007.
Cool.
When they split because my alter ego didn't want kids.
I see.
Anyway, that sums up all the crap from my bit.
Yep.
Evan? Something you never told anyone?
Yeah, well, obviously I harassed Bartman for a long time just because I wanted to know whether or not he knew of the Simpsons song and dance, The Bartman.
And you did bring it up at the restaurant just now. I
did. I asked him, and he, again, no clear answer. But I guess what I've never told anyone is that I've never actually seen the episode of The Simpsons with the Bartman in it. I guess that's the part that might confuse some people, considering I devoted a really long period of time to asking someone else if they had seen this thing I hadn't seen. It's kind of like we were talking about bloopers earlier. It's kind of like how you watch a blooper reel for a movie you haven't seen just because it shows up in your YouTube algorithm. I haven't seen Couples Retreat, but I'll watch Vince Vaughn joylessly riff to a shirtless Jon Favreau. That's a great blooper reel also because it's no fun at all. It's just people messing up their lines.
Joylessly riffing is the perfect description for Vince Vaughn's acting style.
Yes. Angry riffs. So anyway, I've never seen the episode. I'm not even sure how the song goes beyond just the words "Do the Bartman" and that it was on some t-shirts. So maybe I'll do my homework and watch that episode, but probably not.
Wow. Big chilling discoveries we're making here. Rondale, Paul, do you guys have anything you never told anyone about your 17-year odyssey chasing Steve Bartman?
Yeah.
Serious. We got serious here.
Okay. This is safe.
I never told this to Paul, but back in 2007, I had dinner with Steve Bartman.
Oh my God. Paul's jaw is on the floor.
Dinner?
You didn't just run into him. You ate a meal with him?
You had dinner?
We did, yes.
How did that come about?
I just ran into him at a corner bodega.
Oh, at a bodega. Okay.
At a bodega.
Okay.
Where was I? How
You were
was
asleep.
I?
Do you remember that time you got food poisoning after we went to that Chinese restaurant?
Yes, of course.
You were out for like 2 days.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It happened during that time.
Oh my God. Paul.
So you ran into him at a bodega. You said, let's go grab a bite to eat.
He wanted to know why he kept seeing me around places. And so I said, let's go to dinner and talk about this.
And did you explain that you were hired to kill him?
Yes.
What the fuck? Okay.
I did.
We could have been retired. We could have been retired. 14 more years.
He kissed you?
Yes. I kind of quite enjoyed it.
I didn't know love was involved.
Wow.
Oh no, does that interfere with your code, Rondale?
The love doesn't interfere with my code, but it does make it hard for me to want to kill him.
Okay, so it's just the practical.
Wow.
It's just practical.
That is amazing.
So that explains why Rondale hasn't been able to kill Steve Bartman for the last 13 years since 2007. Still unclear how Paul is choking so much.
Paul, is there something you've never told anyone?
There is something on it. I've never told anybody.
It's okay. Take your time.
Rondale,
Yeah.
I'm sleeping with Steve Bartman.
What? You mother... This is the second time you've done this to me.
He pulled out the katana. Katana is out.
Hey, first of all, Rondale, let me point out you had a casual meal with this man, okay? So you might not want to throw stones, all right?
But sexual intercourse?
That's true. That
is real love right there.
That's an escalation.
It is real love. It is real love.
How did you end up having sex with Steve Bartman?
Oh,
how could you do this to me?
How could you not?
Good question. One thing we didn't really address is how goddamn handsome the motherfucker is.
This guy's a smoke show.
He was so sexy. He got the best, juiciest lips ever. He's wonderful. He's a wonderful man.
He's ripped. You can't tell through the turtleneck, but he's ripped like Pitt in Fight Club, man. I mean,
and he's got a hog on him. He's got a hog on him. Baby.
Oh, can we talk about Bartman's hog?
Please.
Wow,
this is nice. I mean, I understand this might be a difficult situation for the two of you, but there's also some catharsis here.
Yeah. It really does. It feels good to just say that and also know that other people know, Rondale, it's important that you know. And also, his penis is beautiful. It's really...
This is nice that we got to this place. We started the episode kind of being like, fuck this guy. Like, who is this little twerp? And at the end, we're admitting, you know what? Maybe there's a little jealousy and a little love there. And maybe this is a beautiful guy with a big old penis.
Mm-hmm. Also, last week, our episode was all about Lenny Kravitz's penis. And so it's nice that this episode that didn't start off explicitly about a celebrity's penis has now... I almost said evolved into us all discussing this man's penis.
It's nice.
Yeah. Look, I just want to say real quick, Paul, I forgive you.
Aw.
I love you,
I forgive you too, Rondale.
Oh my God.
Thank you, man.
Devin, I forgive you.
And I forgive you for, I'm not sure what, but I just forgive you, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Same. Wow.
Rondale,
see what we inspired? Oh, I forgive you too. I forgive you.
And I forgive Paul. Okay?
Paul, okay, yeah. Paul, do me.
All right, I forgive you, Greg.
Nice.
Okay.
And I forgive you, Devin.
Okay, and I forgive Rondale.
And I forgive Paul.
Wow, we did it, guys.
Yeah. Did it.
This was it's like an Oprah or something. It's fucking
this was,
good.
I think this is what they call a catharsis.
That's right.
This is
That's
a
right.
catharsis. Wow.
Well, now, obviously, you guys have your own projects and stuff, but, is there anything you'd like to promote while you're here as much as you can?
Yeah, I'm going to always be in the park selling mattresses. Rondale Jenkins Mattress Supply. You can find me this weekend at Griffith Park.
Oh,
you
cool.
can find me at Rondale's Mattresses on Instagram and Twitter alike.
Oh, fun. Check them out, guys.
Great. Paul, anything?
Yeah, and as usual, until we're ready to retire, always looking to... always looking for new clients that need high-profile people killed or murdered, disappear in some way. Yeah.
Great. Now, obviously, that's going to be a little tricky for us to promote. We might have to cut that out just because we are sponsored by Blackwater. So the idea of promoting a conflicting mercenary service,
okay.
we'll have to check.
Fair.
We'll have to check.
That's fair.
Yeah,
well, one podcast I like to listen to sometimes is called "I'm Too Effing High."
That's a great one.
People should listen to that. But, that's just something I listen to when I'm, target practicing and doing all that sort of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, our plug again, of course, is the listenership, the first-hand cruise. 2 weeks-ish from today, we'll text you morning of once you buy your ticket. And I think, Devin, we can finally tease what our celebrity gaffe is going to be for the big cruise episode.
For the big final episode.
A little bit in season 1. We never got around to it.
We've talked about some of the biggest gaffes in American history. This is a little mistake that went down in 2001.
A real blooper.
In a little city called New York. So we'll see what happens.
Why don't Tuesday in September.
Wow.
So, stay tuned. Goodbye.
It's 9/11.
Find more great shows and see what's behind it all at backdrop.fm.